Well, apparently I'm recording. Going up. There. Whatevs. Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic Prompto Haul. Now, why I got it into my head I wanted to do this. Wow, what the hell happened here? This is why all my Instagram pictures have me doing strange things in here. Just down. There we go. Anywho, so I thought, I don't know, maybe I just sort of stumbled across this, and I'm like, I want to make me a Prompto jacket, even though Iggy, of course, is my fave. But I'm like, Prompto's the relatable one. I think I can pull this off. So I came across this jacket, which may or may not have made it into a haul. I think I filmed it and then, I don't know. But I'm like, well, of course, it's a blue denim jacket, which, of course, the boys don't wear blue, they wear black. I could happily live in insomnia since, the national color of Lucius is black, red, and pretty much silver, my color scheme. So I'm like, well, this isn't going to kind of work, but I figured, okay, maybe it'll be a Prompto-inspired one. So, Prompto's jacket is like a sleeveless denim jacket, which I ain't doing the sleeveless, I will do the sleeves. So I'll tie the bandana on and attach it to the sleeve. So I've got to find the bandana. I was just going to do a plain black one, but it's an actual like Scully type bandana, and I know I own something like this already, and I don't know where they are. I don't know if I still have them. They're not in the thing, so I don't know. So I might as well just look for. They were only $1 anyways. So I figured, okay, I got that, and I thought maybe I'd have like the bottom half of his jacket type thing is 2 different types of red plaid, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll look for that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna pay $1 for, I'm not gonna go like all out. I'll just do the $1 day at the wheel there. So I was like trying to. You think as many millions of years that I'm, playing the game and I'm live streaming to YouTube, because I'm the world's best streamer, Hopefully now that I've got this, which I picked up today. Maybe now that it's not like squeezing brain, like intelligent thought might make it out my mouth, so no guarantees. So I will be doing that later. And these light up and they change colors, but I just needed something a little better than the piece of crap that I got. So doing that, you think I'd be able to like memorize Prompto's outfit, but I don't know. But that jacket didn't quite work, so I'm like, well, since I'm there looking for like red plaid things to put on the very bottom, because it's like, looks like he's got like a plaid shirt underneath, but it's part of the jacket. I'm like, well, if I find a black jacket and actually do a better version of it, I'll do that. So I found, it's not a jacket, it's just like a dark denim-ish shirt, which is cool because I can just wear it as a shirt, not a jacket. So I could kind of, get more wear out of the, cosplay, as it were. So this fits much better, and it has a better, flatter back, so I can put the skull, and I want to do on the back it's dead or alive, and I forgot what else it says, but I'm gonna do the dead or alive, I think, on the bottom, and then put Final Fantasy 15 on the back, on the top. So I kind of want to alter it to that. So this should work. Comfort guaranteed. Greensboro, North Carolina. A lot of drivers come out of there. So this is going to be like the major part of the jacket. And I saw on Amazon I can get like 200 or something, like brass rivets. Yeah, I guess you can call them rivets, that all of his patches are circled around. So that's cool. Wrangler. So that'll work much better than, even though that's a jacket, this will work better as the base. And it's lighter and get more use out of it. Well, apparently I just put it back on the thing. So as far as the bottom half, the 2 different types of plaid that he has, I had something, but the plaid is like a darker, of course it's like black, then red, and then sort of silver. This will work for one half of it, I think, and then you've got like this, but I don't know if these 2 clash too much, but on the costume part that human beings can actually have, it's much more red. So this is much more accurate to like the costume, but this is a bit more accurate, I think, to Prompto. But there's another shirt at the Will that'll be perfect with this, but I don't remember what color it is. It wasn't like the $1 or the half off today, so I'm like gonna have to go back every Wednesday to wait till that thing goes to $1. So I'm probably not going to use this, though this would be cool like on the inside. So I think I shall just use this, and I'll just basically, you know, cut the back, just the square, because that's all I need, and then just do it on the bottom. So I'm probably not even going to bother to use these. So this will be quite a bit of cloth. So that'll be cool, and I just have to, you know, sew it on the bottom. So that will be my Prompto cosplay-ish. See, I want the actual jacket to like, that like Noct has, that I would wear like to grocery shopping. And the other thing I found, there was another jacket that was kind of like this, but without the fluff, that was like red. I'm like, it was $1, but this was right next to it, and I'm like, this was $1 too, but it just said Harley Quinn. It's not really a jacket. I'm going to use this more as a shirt, but you can double it up as a jacket too. It's kind of a felt material, but tell me this does not say Harley Quinn. Come on. I don't know what this is. Erica Petite. So I had my Moogle Chocobo Carnival sweatshirt today because I thought it was going to be a lot more colder than it was. It wasn't. So I couldn't quite try this on. So, but this, as I'm going to wear it as a shirt, this should fit perfectly fine. Since I've long since no longer have been petite for quite some time. So this made me happy. Except it is a cat hair magnet. There's a bit of schmutz on the front, so maybe I'll try wiping that off. So that is my project to be. And then I found, I'm a bag whore, and there was a pair of shoes that were like so cute and black and perfect, but they were a size too small. So I consoled myself a bag. And I like, especially now that I'm sort of walking to the Will and doing various hoardings of books, I want a smaller backpack because I don't want to, you know, be like a camel, but it's got to be big enough to carry enough, you know. So I found this, and it's one of those bags that you can be a human camel with, and it was $5. Now I know these things are frickin' expensive. I think they're at least like $30 minimum, and I think they go up from there depending, you know, what type of feeding system you want. And I only know that because a relative of mine was doing far more strenuous exercises than I will ever do and wanted to, you know, get one of these. I don't know if he ever did get one of them, but yeah, so we were hunting for those, and yeah. But I like, you know, it's just a nice little size. It's not too big, not too small. And it's Venture Hydration Systems, and I was talking to the lady, I'm like, well, how do you clean this stuff? And it's like, well, you only put water in it. You don't put like Gatorade or anything else in it. But even still, you'd want to kind of clean it out, right? So, and I don't think this has ever been used because the tag is on there. It's still in the plastic. But even still, you know, how would you clean this? So, I don't know. It's still a unit I will never use. Per that, I'll just put the Gatorade in there. But yeah, lots of pockets, and at least that way it'll give me a nice extra pocket there too. So yeah, so I was quite happy with that find. I just gotta figure out how all the straps work. I don't know if I should keep this in there or I just don't know. But for $5, yeah. I could use a hydration system. I think I'm getting, yeah, you know, I don't drink as much as I should, and your lips kind of feel like, so that was a happy find there. And before, God, I don't know, somebody owes me a Thursday, and I think I got an extra Tuesday. You know, I was going to walk to the Will. I'm like, you know, I keep passing the library. I'm going to stop at the library first. They sell books at the library. So I came away with a few books. And this is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. Simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life. So I figured this this would be kind of an interesting read, and I think I had another book similar to that about cheese. They're like little tidbits of doing one thing at a time. Grateful when you're feeling good and graceful when you're feeling bad. So this should be a pretty interesting read. This one I didn't have to open because it's like, yeah, this just had me all over it. And I think I spent like $3 because this I think was $1, that was $1, and those two were 50 cents a piece. So yeah, this for $1. And I don't know. Well, I think the whole idea is that when new books come in, you really don't have room for like older books, so they'll sell them kind of in a little nook. And then I don't know if those don't sell, there's another place on the other side of me where I've shown you books, and apparently they come from that particular library, so it's like, you know, they give them like 2 or 3 extra lives. So I'm okay with that. I will happily hoard books. Especially when they're cheap. So it's basically the history of like astronomy. Ooh. With awesome friggin' pictures. Oh. Ooh. And this looks like a fairly new book too. When the hell did this come out? Beyond a Solar System Voyage. That's kind of cool. The table of contents is set up like planets. That's a very interesting way to... And it doesn't tell me. What? Well, it's got Cassini in here. So it's a fairly recent book. For $1. And then I'm trying to find the ways to like utilize my yarn. And God, I've been 15 different patterns that I keep undoing and redoing. So I'm trying to do like baby blankets because it's like, you know, I don't want to have to get like more yarn to like get rid of the yarn. So I've been looking for like knitting and crocheting books for like smaller things. So I found this for 50 cents. Wasn't all that terribly wonderful, but as far as like stuff that I wanted. But, you know, I have room in my craft bookshelf. And then there's this one, which is really kind of cool because if you want to make like original patterns, it gives you like, it does give you like patterns for like sweaters and different things, but it shows you how to like block them too, which is a really cool, you know, tool to have if you do any kind of, you know, yarn work like this. I pinged. Did you ping? You pinged. But yeah, I hate working with double pointed and singular needles, so this is a skill that I don't think I will ever achieve in my lifetime. Even though I have them, yeah. Yeah, and doing all these like fancy like patterns and stuff like that. It's like, thanks, I'll just go to the well and get a beanie. Nope. So Afghans, squares, that's about as fancy as I get. I can do fancy stitches, but I just can't do them in like, you know, fancy ways. So, I guess that is that. Now I'm going to go streaming. Now I'm debating, because I suck at streaming. Just pretty much, you know, me doing this with a video game, but less intelligently. So, I'm like, well, I'm already at like the feels part of the game, and I'm like, I don't expect anybody to watch them. But, you know, if you do, maybe you'll get a giggle, but it amuses me. That's why I'm doing it. And if it's out there, somebody might get a giggle, but I'm like, okay. I don't like how it kind of turned out because I suck at it, and then I have a really crappy pair of headphones that are just uncomfortable, so I'm always doing... So I don't know if I should just like wipe everything and start over, because I was doing a new game plus, but it's really kind of boring as a new game plus, so you kind of miss a lot of stuff. So I think I'm going to like delete everything, those particular playthroughs, and just start over from scratch. And have them at least recorded, so if anybody's wandering through, it'll be at least in a better quality. Maybe. So, and it's like, brain and mouth don't connect. Hi, you've been here long enough, you should know that now. So I'm like trying to like play the game and like get thought out of, and it's like, it sounds right up here, but once it's out here, it's like, so it's like, whatever. So, that's what I think I'm going to do. And it's always good to check that you're actually recording too. It's like I actually had like good stuff to say and I wasn't recording. So that is probably the plan. Be a little more consistent. New Game Plus just it's just kind of yeah. So I think that's what I'll do. Because it's like, well, if I can't figure out how to like verbalize my favorite freaking game in Christendom, there's no point in like trying other games. So I don't know. Until then, I'll see you next time. Ta. Shunk.